Welcome back, WNST. We do a little public service, and I learn a little bit. And more than anything, through my wife's illness, we realized there's a lot of nice organizations out there doing a lot of great things and a lot of great causes. And 168 hours of radio I'm giving here a week. Then I'm going to promote some good causes and some good stuff that's happening out in the community. It's all brought to you by our friends at Howard Bank. It is the Be More Positive Community and Charity Series, also by our friends at Cole Roofing. I'm going to be telling you more about that, but Howard Bank, of course, a relentless commitment to being the best at every single thing they do. They have branches popping up all over town, and Mary Ann Scully and our friends there, along with Bill Cole and our friends from Cole Roofing and Pfister Energy, said, you know what, Ness, you should put some good stories on the air and talk to some good people. So here to do that this week, and if you want to in the future be a part of this, throw me an email, nasty@WNST.net. I'm happy to do it every Thursday morning. I speak to 2 to 4 charities a week. We put it on the radio, and today it is Rage Against Addiction, and this is a Harford County charity. Danielle Tucci is here to join us to talk about Rage Against Addiction and all their good works, including an event on June 21st, a quarter auction up in the Forest Hill area. Good day to you, Danielle. Welcome in from Rage Against Addiction. Tell us what you do out there, because I'm going to send everybody out to the website to learn more about it. I had a mother who, a maternal mother who had a lifelong addiction, so I'm very, very familiar with trying to have folks get help, and there's a lot of help out there in 2018.
Yes, there is, and thank you. So our mission is to provide awareness and support to anyone affected by drug and alcohol abuse, including the family. And we understand that the disease of addiction is a family disease and that no family is immune. So we do various events in the community, and our big goal is just to really bring an end to this epidemic. And we do that through education and community outreach and just supporting the addict throughout their stages of addiction to ultimately get them into recovery.
Give me the root of your involvement in this and how long Rage Against Addiction's been working with folks up in Harford County.
Sure. So the reason why I became involved with Rage Against Addiction is because my life has been plagued by addiction, starting with my dad and then going to my brother. Feeling powerless to do anything to help them, I channeled it into Rage Against Addiction. So our founder is Wendy Mesner, and we've been around since 2014. Wendy's daughter was an addict that we unfortunately lost on Christmas Day 2015, and that really kicked us into overdrive. And our passion is just to, not see other families have to go through the loss. So unfortunately, some people, their rock bottom is the bottom of their casket, but, we wanted to try to provide support as much as possible to the community to avoid that.
I appreciate y'all reaching out to me. I was unaware of your charity. This is the best part of doing this, right? Is that I find it's nice to do the American Heart Association, and I do all of that as well. But when I hear about a new charity or something that's been around 3, 4, 5 years that needs a spotlight on it, certainly a 501c3 nonprofit in Harford County, Rage Against Addiction, make rock bottom the foundation for a new life. The mission of Rage Against Addiction is to provide awareness and support to anyone affected by drug and or alcohol abuse, including the family. No family is immune. You can go to rageagainstaddiction.org to learn more. You guys do workshops, right? On Thursdays, you do events literally on an ongoing basis, and we'll get to your event coming up in June, but on a week-by-week basis, run me through what, if I go to the website and I know someone that needs help, and certainly I have people in my life right now that need help, quite frankly. And you try to channel it and push people in the right direction. But when someone finds you, calls you, throws a lifeline out, throws an email your way, what then happens if I have an opioid a tragedy unfolding in my family right now, let's say in Rosedale or White Marsh or Dundalk or wherever anybody's listening?
Sure. So what we would do is we would find out more about the family, if there's insurance involved, if there's not insurance involved. There are facilities. One of the facilities that I love referring people to is called Owl's Nest, and it's in North Carolina. They are a phenomenal organization, and they take everybody as long as they're willing to go. They usually ask for a small donation to get them through the admissions process. And then the addict actually works off their cost of their treatment by doing things in the community, in the Owl's Nest community that they have. It's very secluded there. There is no limit to how long that they can stay. They can stay as long as they want, as long as it's not forever. And they have a phenomenal success rate. So we actually recommend that a lot of people go there because it's all about triggers and people, places, and things. And sometimes it takes removing yourself from the environment to give you a clean, fresh start to actually be successful in your treatment. Now, that being said, there are facilities here in Maryland, and there are scholarships available. And so we contact those centers if it's needed. We encourage them to do it, but if we can provide the support as well. So it's really depends on the individual and what their needs are and how deep into addiction they're in. If we catch it early enough, they might only need a 28-day program and follow up with aftercare, NA, and that support system.
Well, the opioid thing is, obvious and out there. I'm traveling around in the community, hearing more, seeing more. I don't know that there's more being done from a governmental standpoint, certainly, but on a local level, if you've got an addict in your home, on your block, and the opioid thing, I have not been affected by that personally. I know many who have, but the reach is the hardest thing to do, right? Like, it's who do I call? Where do I go? Where do I get help? Because I can't fix it. And I certainly, as a child growing up in Dundalk with, quite frankly, two parents who had alcohol problems, which is why I wound up in the family I was in, there was nowhere to reach in 1978 with a raging alcoholic family member that we knew of other than AA, right? AA was like that thing you heard about back then. But there's so many more resources now with the opioid crisis. And, I really applaud you guys for doing this up in Harford County.
I appreciate that. And yes, so on our website, if you go to the resources tab, we have a list of resources for anybody who's either in active addiction or a family member that's trying to get their loved one help. And I strongly encourage, any family member to participate in your local Narnon group because it's a great support system for you to have localized resources and just to know that you're not alone in this.
She is Danielle Tucci. She is from Rage Against Addiction. You can find them out on Facebook. You can find them at rageagainstaddiction.org. And you also have an event coming up on June 21st, the 4th annual quarter auction. This is going to be held at the Bel Air Moose Lodge. I'm seeing the moose there, and I'm thinking Marty Moose. It's a vacation thing. 310 East Jarrettsville Road in Forest Hill. What's going to be happening on June 21st, Danielle?
So what we do is we host a quarter auction. We have local donations from businesses and, supporters of Rage Against Addiction that will be up for auction. And it's a really fun event that you just get to interact with family and friends. And I encourage anybody who's interested in going, get there early because we always run out of paddles.
June 21st, 4th annual quarter auction, rageagainstaddiction.org. Wow, you got a website up here. There's a lot of stuff up here, a lot of tabs to click on. You can learn more about who they are and what they do. They are up in Harford County and a Forest Hill-based charity. Make Rock Bottom the foundation for a new life at rageagainstaddiction.org. Really appreciate you shining a light on this, and I'm honored to have a little time with you. Tell folks about your story, and hopefully somebody out there will hear about this. We can get some folks some help out in our community. Danielle, appreciate your time today.
Thank you very much.
Danielle Tucci joining us here. All of it brought to you by our friends at Howard Bank. A relentless commitment to being the best at everything they do. Each and every week, we're going to try to shine a light on stories of people helping people out there, charities, community events. It is our Be More Positive Community and Charity series, inspired by my wife's two-time battle with leukemia and sponsored here on WNST by our friends at Howard Bank, as well as at Cole Roofing. I'm drinking my Royal Farms coffee out of my Cole Roofing mug this morning. morning. I got some agua in my Howard Bank cup, so I do appreciate all of our corporate sponsors around here, but this was a little idea born out of the crazy Sunday morning programming you have to have when you own an FCC license, and I wanted to do local stuff. I wanted to shine a light on some local issues. If you have a charity, a story, something that needs to be told here at WNST.net as well as on our internet, we reach over 100,000 people each and every month here at WNST. I'm happy to do it. Throw me an email, nasty@WNST.net. The buyatoyota.com audio vault has this piece, all of our sports programming, horse racing, Capitals, Orioles, Ravens, all that stuff is there. Also, our morning newspaper ships each and every morning to your email inbox, courtesy of our friends at Planet Fitness at planetfitness.com, where it's still $10 a month to get in the best shape of your life, guaranteed. We also have the racing entries for Pimlico, and then later in the summer, Laurel, in our morning newspaper, as well as on the front of WNST.net. If it's breaking news you need, we got that first, too. It is our WNST tech service. It's all brought to you by Coons Ford of Security Boulevard. Dennis Colatzos is here each and every Thursday, driving you home from 3 until 5. It is the SSV on WNST. I am Nestor. Nasty at WNST.net finds me for charity, praise, criticism, but only the constructive kind. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, and WNST Towson, Baltimore. We never stop talking Baltimore sports